Hi everyone, and welcome to this new Substance Designer 5 tutorial video. Today some news before to start. First, as you may notice, the sound is better in theory. It's because I have invested in a microphone, so hopefully right now you should have this sound. I hope you will appreciate. Sadly, you will still have my French accent, but you have to live with that. The second good news, as some of you may know, right now I've joined the awesome algorithmic team, which means that you may find this video either on my channel or on the official algorithmic channel. So the content is the same. I'll try to make more videos depending on what you need on what I found as well with the Substance Designer 5 and hopefully Substance Painter as well. So today the video will be about something I discussed on the forum, the official forum of Algorithmic, which is how to fake smooth edges. This is something that we can do in some 3D application. And when I read that, someone asked maybe we could do something for that. So I wouldn't say that I found the perfect solution, but I was able to do something that is quite close. So for example, for this edge ray, what I did is that. So here you have nothing, and if I do like that, you see that it smooths the border. Sadly, this is not perfect, and as you may see, there is some small artifact. Once again, it will be hard to get closer just with 2D textures, but maybe it could be more than enough for some of you, because from this distance, for example, it works quite well. So warning, it's not perfect. It works, but it's not perfect. So first of all, let's make a new graph. We are going to put it smooth border tuto, like that. The size absolutely is fine because it's just to test. 124 should be, maybe we are going to switch to 248. Okay, like this. So I have this new tutorial. First, we don't really need the metallic. It will stay black, so we can remove it. I'm going to put a roughness which is a bit more rough by using a uniform color. One grayscale. I will plug this, and I will increase a bit the roughness, so we have something like that. And we see that right now, if I move the environment map, to do that, in case you don't know, it's you hold Control, Shift, and right click, and you can move the environment map. What it does, if I show you the environment, is just, it doesn't move a light, it rotates the full environment. But for some clarity, right now I will remove it. Another thing we may want to do is to use a lighter map, so I'm going to reuse the roughness. And now let's work a bit. So basically what we want to do is to find a way to smooth this border. So what I'm going to do in order to do that is I'm going to bake some map here. Actually, I think they're already there, but so far I'm going to remove them. So we do it again. And this, maybe I can move it here. Yeah, so I will do a new folder that I called resources, like that. And I'm going to bake some maps. So the first map I want to bake is the wall space normal map. and I will bake it without any normal, so it will just take the workspace information, and I'm going to use the maximum resolution, so we are sure we don't have too much artifacts. Dilatation width could be useful, and what I'm going to bake as well at the same time is let me check. I think it's convert UV to SVG, which will make a mask. So let's use that. It proposed me, so I don't want any padding for that, and U shift uniform material ID color. Let's try U shift to see how it goes. For this one, I'm going to put a bit of dilatation, 4, like that. Okay, so let's bake this. As it's a 4K map, it will be a bit long, but not that much, I think. Okay, it wasn't long at all, actually. So basically right now we have these two maps. We have this one, which is the workspace normal map, and we have this one, which is an ID map. Actually, let me check. Yeah, I'm going to plug it in grayscale. You will see why. So what we are going to do is to use this to create the blur effect, and this we'll use it after. You will see. So what I do here is I'm going to smooth the borders. So in order to do that, I use a blur node, blur HQ, to make sure no, not blur HQ, no grayscale, like this. You make sure this is in color, and of course this is too strong by default. You want to put the quality to 1, and you want to really reduce that. So what I'm going to do is put in 1 by 1, and actually the intensity of your blur will define the intensity of the smoothness of your border. So I don't want them too smooth, but something like that may be right. Okay, maybe let's try 1. Something like that could be good, in my opinion. We'll try. As I say, in any case, it won't be perfect. So that said, there is something that I may not like here, because it doesn't blur the way I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bigger padding when I bake the map. So I go back to this is okay, so I deactivate this, but this, let's try with a padding of 32, just to see how it goes. Okay, processing. Okay, so you see right now you have a bigger padding, which means that it shouldn't be affected too much by the blur, which is what we want. If not, it's the empty part that is going to be blurred. So this, I'm going to remove it sometime. Okay, so right now it should be fine. You still have that, but it won't be affected by the mask. If you compare this to, for some reason it put me 2 on 14. So just let me check again. Big model information, this one. Maybe a bug, because it is set to be the proper size, but at some point it doesn't, so something to report. Anyway, so I'm going to upscale it. It's not a big deal. Okay, So right now, if you compare this to this, you see that there is the padding which is protecting the color. So now that I have this map, what I'm going to do is to save it externally. So what I'm going to do is that save current map as bitmap, and I'm going to save it. You see it was already the case. Do I save it like that? Yeah, I'm going to save it as wall space normal map. So save. Yes, I want to replace it. And what I'm going to do now is to import this map. So you may not see right now, I'm just opening the Windows Explorer, and I'm going to catch this map. Just to make sure, I'm going to take the exact address because, okay, see document meshes, document. Okay, so I have my map that I import here. I will link it. So now I have two world space normal map. I have one which is bright like this, and I have another one which is blurred. What I'm going to do now is use another beaker which is the world space direction. And the world space direction, what is cool about this map is that it can convert a world space normal map into a tangent normal map, which is exactly what we are going to do. It can do other stuff, but mostly you can use it like that. So in the input direction, you say from texture, and the texture is the one we just imported. Size is fine, dilatation width should be okay as well. So let's bake it and let's see. Boom, we have it here. So if we still have a small issue, if I'm not wrong. Something that I don't like here is you see that there is some black around. I don't like that because you can have some edge bleeding. So what I'm going to do now is to call a normal. I'm going to use the normal color here and just use a blend node. And that's it, and there is a mask here, so you see that it is better, but still, okay, like that, it's better. Actually, I need to do split, RGBA split, so okay, right now, way better. Just gonna check something. Maybe there is a way directly in the baker to set up the background color. Sadly, no, and it would be a pretty good option. Something that we can improve. Okay, so now okay, actually this is perfect because we won't see that. It's not even in a, it won't be a problem. So now we have a first normal map, and if we plug this normal map, you see that it makes the border the way we want. You still have these small lines, but as I told you, this is something we have to live with. The problem that we have is that there is, for some reason, there is few edges that are not affected by that. And actually, if you look at these edges, it's the edges in the UVs that are in the border of the UV's island. And actually, they cannot be blurred because there is no, if you look at this map, you see that there is no colors to bleed with, because that's the way the UVs are made. There is a trick that I found to hack a bit that, and we are going to use it now. Is as we say, we have done that. So this basically, I will put it here because we don't need it anymore. It was just to generate the blurred world space normal map in order to make the baking. Like that. Okay, I'm cleaning a bit. Now what we're going to do is to use this, and with that we are going to try to generate the normal map from the for the border. So the way that I have found is, which for example, to use that to plug to an histogram scan, sorry, like this, and of course it's black, but what I'm going to do is to increase the contrast and boom to the maximum, and now I'm going to remove the UVs like that, and boom, right now we have a perfect mask, as you can see. If I see, I'm going to check here. Okay, so you see that you have a perfect mask corresponding to the UVs of this shape. And it's perfect. So with that, we are going to use a new node from Substance Designer File, which is the distance node. And with the distance node, what you can do is this. Actually, you can create a gradient, and which is like a padding basically on the border, defined by the white space. The thing, sorry, in our case is we want to invert, because we want this gradient to happen within the white shape, within the UVs. So we are going to use an invert grayscale like that, and you see that it has reverted that. So now what we want to do is to make sure we have something that's more or less correspond to that. In the there is something that is reducing. Okay, is that? I have to check. You know what I'm going to do instead of fighting? I'm going to switch. Okay, the graph is 248, that's why. Actually 248 is enough. So let's see here. Let's take half of that. Let's see the node size. 248, 248. 248 again and again. Okay, so we are in 248. Okay, so now what I want to compare is the width of this, which is very thin, so I'm going to make something really thin here. So let's try with something like 2, which may be too thin. 3 maybe. Okay, and what I'm going to do is to convert this into a normal map, like that. And you see right now it's quite strong, but we're going to fix that later. Now what I'm going to do is to use normal blend, a normal combine. Like this, and let's try. So I'm going to put this at the top, I'm going to plug that here and plug that here. And obviously it's way too strong and way too wide. So what we are going to do is first reduce the edges. So I'm going to put 1, which should be good. And of course, we are going to reduce the strength of that. Not here. Here, in the combiner. Let me check. Okay. Okay, here. So here we see that it's not strong enough, and for some reason, let me check, I'm going to try to invert it again. Okay, it should be better this way, and we see that it's way too sharp as well. So what I'm going to do here is to use another blur. Of course, right now it's way too much, but here I'm able to remove the border. So right now, playing with the intensity should be something feasible, and I think I'm quite close to something acceptable. Maybe the distance is a bit too strong, so 0.8, 0.5. Okay, so that thing, I think it's something that is acceptable, more or less. As I told you, this is not perfect at all. It's not the goal of that. The goal is to get a result that is decent, and right now we have something quite decent, in my opinion. So once again, this is not perfect, this is not intended to be, but it gives you the idea how you can affect the normals in order to affect the shape that you see in the viewport. So I hope it has been useful. If you see other example where this technique can be useful, don't hesitate. Remember to use this beaker, which is not used a lot, and the name is not really self-explanative. Basically, the world space direction, between other things, it allows you to convert a world space normal map into a tangent space normal map, which can be really helpful. So I hope this tutorial is useful for you. If you have any question, any comment, don't hesitate to share them in the comments. Thanks again, and have a great day.